So you want to play college basketball, but you're stuck at a small high school. Well, you're not doomed, but there is a few things that you can do to help you out and get out of that small town and achieve your goals of playing college basketball. I'm Coach Craig. I'm a former Division One athlete, also a pro player, and I've coached high school basketball and helped countless players achieve their goal of playing at the next level. Pay attention as I give you 6 things that you need to do if you want to get out of that small town and go play college basketball. Let's go. Without further ado, number 1, you need to be undeniable where you're at. So what does that mean? If you're undeniable where you're at, that means that in your local area, everyone knows you're regarded as a top 3 player. Chances are, if you are in a small school, in a small district, then there aren't a lot of household names in the high school basketball world that play in your district, and you're not playing against top-notch competition every night. So if you're not playing against top-notch competition every single night, then you should be dominating if you desire to play in college basketball, because college prospects stand out. And this doesn't matter if they're local or if they're on the national scene playing AAU. So the first thing you need to understand is that you need to dominate your local competition. And when I say dominate, it's not just individually your numbers need to look good, but your team needs to look good, because you need to be good enough to will your team to win. Number 2, you need to build college-ready film. And this is a challenge if you're at a smaller high school, because let's be honest, your competition will probably not be that great. But again, you need to make do with whatever you have. So you still need to showcase certain skills. You need to showcase that you don't play down to the level of your competition, which often happens to kids who play in smaller schools. They'll have one good game, and then they'll play against the team who's 0-15, and they don't play that well. Well, that can't happen. All right. All of your games, you need to be, again, showing people who you are. And then once you take the best game for the best competition in your area, and you put together film, you chop it up, you use highlights, and you also make sure you have a good whole, and you have the entire film for the whole game as well. Because coaches, we know anybody can look good on highlights. It's important that you have the whole game film to send out. And if you have AAU film, if you travel on the national scene, then you definitely want to have that game film as well against the highest level competition that you can find. And that will help. So highlights and whole game film, showcasing the desired skills at your position that you would play in college. Okay, number 3, you need to use AAU and club basketball and team camps to get exposure. So there are tons of AAU teams that select kids from small towns across America. So you are definitely not doomed when it comes to that. But if you are in a small town, you have to be the guy. You have to be top 2 or 3 players in your town in order to get selected for those bigger AAU programs. And there's a good chance that your coach won't be the coach of those AAU programs. So you might not be able to get in just based on who you know. So you'll have to go to a tryout. You'll have to outperform the players from the bigger cities in the bigger areas. And honestly, you should look forward to that. You should look forward to being able to play against the best of the best if you want to play in college basketball. So getting on a national team, as far as AAU, a circuit team, that will go a long way into helping you get exposure and get out of that small town. Another thing you can do is go to team camps. And before I talk about team camps, this would be a good time to bring up that there is an evaluation tool that's out right now, and you can use it to find your level where you're at. It's really affordable, but you'll get all the information you would if you paid hundreds of dollars and went to an evaluation camp. You know, those camps where you go to and they don't pay much attention to you. They have you playing in a side gym, and the coach stops in, peeks his head in, or sit down for a bit, and then gets up, disappears. And at the end of the camp, they give you some generic info that doesn't really describe your game and is not helpful. Well, with ProspectMeter, there's no need to pay hundreds of dollars for those camps. ProspectMeter will evaluate your level. You'll put in, it's 2 minutes. It's a 2-minute application. You'll put in your information, it'll give you not only your level, but it'll give you your strengths and weaknesses and where you're projected in college and why you're projected at that level for your position. In addition to all that, you will get a 90-day skills plan. So this is a plan long enough for a summer to improve your shooting percentage, to improve any other skills, dribbling, footwork, anything you may need in this position specific. So you'll get your level and you will get a plan specific to your position. And you will also get exposure tips, templates for emails to send to schools. You will get a whole complete plan for under 10 bucks. All right. And that's all you will need to take you to the next level. You'll have all the tools and all the information that people pay hundreds of dollars for. ProspectMeter is ran by pros and coaches, and that the markers that you're used to be evaluated are actual recruiting markers of Division I schools. All right. So with that said, back to team camps. It's important that you go to a team camp that is at your level. What do I mean by that? You can go, if you live in Florida and you're not a Division I player, or not even, you don't have Division I size, you don't have Division I skill, not even close to that level quite yet, but you go to a Florida State camp, you are just giving them money. Let me say that again. You are just giving them money. That's it. You're giving them money. You're paying to run around and play in a side gym where nobody's going to be paying attention to you. All right. It's much better for you if you first know your level. Hence why I brought up ProspectMeter. If you know your level, if you know you're an NAIA kid right now in this moment, if you know you're a D2 kid right now in this moment, then you should look for NAIA camps, Division II camps, and you should go to those camps, because that's going to be the camps those are going to be the camps you stand out at. Those are going to be the camps that coaches will see you and their eyes will light up, because they'll say, oh, he fits our style of play. He fits our level. He's the size at the position that he would play here. That's very, I cannot stress how important that is, and how much I see players throw money away at these big D1 team camps, and they're just not there yet. So AAU, and select an appropriate team camp. AAU, you will kind of be adjusted based on your level. If you're not a Division I kid, you'll probably struggle to get on the circuit teams. If you're not a D2 or Division I kid, you'll struggle to get on the circuit teams. That will be another indicator of where you're at. But yeah, that's very important, AAU and team camps. Okay, the fourth thing you should do is you should contact college coaches yourself. Now, I did another video where I discussed how to determine if your high school coach was going to be able to get you recruited or not. You should check that out if you haven't already. But regardless of whether they can get you recruited or not, if you play at a small school, in a small town, in a small area, you need to be doing your due diligence and reaching out to schools yourself. So again, this is where a tool like ProspectMeter would come in. Once you know your level, you would simply research schools either in your region or out of your region, depending on where you wanted to go. And you would find schools at your level, and you would reach out and send game films and emails to those coaches. All right. But again, it's very important you don't waste time sending film to Duke if you're not a Duke caliber player. All right. You're just wasting time. So being informed and knowing where you're at is actually half the battle. But reaching out to college coaches on your behalf, and I usually would tell my players during the season, I would tell them try to reach out to five a week. After the season, especially for my seniors, I would say 20 a week. Reach out to 20 schools a week, and honestly, the kids who took this challenge and reached out to 50 a week, 60 a week, those kids 100%, I'll repeat it, 100% always had opportunities to go play in college. It might be at an NAIA or a D3, but they are a JUCO, but they always had opportunities to continue playing basketball. Okay, number 5, showcases in your area. Now, showcases in your area are often good because it takes the best talent from your area and it'll put it in one place. So you might have 1 or 2 local players that are D1, D2 caliber, and it'll be good for you to have game film on the court with them, playing against them, in addition to your game film during the season. So the showcase games tend to be a little bit higher level, as it's the best of the best from around the county. And if you can get that game film, and if it's a serious game, not a typical all-star game where you're just it's sloppy and messy, but if it's an actual game where you're trying hard and it's well coached, that's a good game to actually send to schools because they'll see you on the court with the best of the best and see how you stack up against some of the other recruits in your area. Okay. So there you have it. If you are at a small school, you are definitely not doomed. You just have to be proactive and do the things on this list. And it's no doubt that you will get a shot somewhere. All right. Okay. Till next time, my friends, remember, respect the game.